So here we are with another video. We're gonna try to do an abandoned house, an old Florida cabin, abandoned house. This is a 9x12 on birch wood panel. And today I'm trying something new. These Golden Fluid Acrylics. They seem pretty good. I mean, I've always been used to heavy bodies. That's basically what I use a lot of. So I got a deal and I was able to pick them up at Michael's, and I selected a very small palette, very limited palette. So all I got was a yellow, I got an ochre and quinacridone magenta, ultramarine blue and white, which is what I got laid out on my palette basically. I don't want to move it too much, otherwise it'll drip. So they are pretty fluid. Now there's a difference. There's the heavy body, there's the fluid, and then there's the flow. The heavy body, well, self-explanatory. And the fluid is right after the heavy body. It's got a very creamy consistency, almost like syrup. And then you have the flow from Golden, which is the ones a lot of people use for the pouring, and it's very, very liquidy. I mean, fine detail and all that. So today we're just using a fluid. So I'm gonna start just doing, filling up the background here. Let's start with the trees and then work our way to the cabin. So a little bit of ultramarine blue, white, and yellow ochre for some background distant trees, because it's not going to be the highlight of this painting. Like I said, little goes a long way. Watch. This is how well it spreads. I'm using a flat brush in number 8. And I'm varying my mixtures of green here. For this mixture, pretty grayed down. So what I use is yellow ochre, ultramarine blue, and a little bit of crimson just to make it like this grayish green color. And that's what I'm going for in this part. And then eventually we're going to start cutting into these to the background trees here, just to you'll see that in a minute. Better. Actually, my horizon line's right over here, but there's a lot of gray tone, vegetation, a little bit everywhere. So this was my horizon. There's going to be some high grasses in the foreground as well. I'm telling you, these are very nice. And as far as dry time, they dry about the same as your regular golden colors. They don't dry any slower. I mean, if you want a slow drying, you could add medium to this, or you can go for the golden open paints. They dry very slow. Now I'm going to use the number 6 reddish background with all this green. Make it like ooh, I'm telling you, this stuff is so strong. I mean, you just need barely a little bit of paint. Let me show you my palette again. I mean, I barely put a little bit of red on my, and look how the intensity of this color. I had to really use a lot of white to bring this down. So now I just use a quinacridone red with a little bit of yellow ochre to make this color. And we're going to define these trees a little bit more in a minute. They really spread nicely. It's my first time really painting with very fluid paint. I'm always used to painting with heavy bodies. And this is nice. And the coverage is very nice. Just doing some sky holes here. Make sure you keep your palette moist so that your paints don't dry out on you. Now, even though this is a fluid paint, this is not something I would recommend to take out in the field to paint with, unless you really have something to your paints, to keep your paints really nice and wet. Do I turn off the oven? And we're going to do more sky holes around here and there. It's going to be a very impressionistic painting. Now I'm mixing a lot of yellow ochre, using the edge of my brush just to define some of the leaves on the background here. Now I'm making it really soft, no hard edges, because they're further back, so there's really not that much of definition to these trees. Okay, so just same in the back over here. There's some of these trees here. We'll give those definitions afterwards. More vegetation in the background. If your paint's starting to dry, go ahead and use a little bit of water just to help out a little bit. So I'm just feathering this up. And what I mean is just like trying to blend a little bit the colors together. Make more leaves. So just going back over what I just did, just blending, more blending, just to give the effect. I'm going to be working a little bit all over the place on this painting. So let's do some more sky holes here and there. All right, let's do some sky holes. Just quickly, don't think about it. If you think about it too much, then you tend to mess up and not really portray in a painting what you really want it to show. Using the edge of my brush just to define some of these tree branches. start working on the plant areas. So now you got to see the basics. Just a quick recap. So all I did was lay in the darks, and this whole painting was just done with 4 colors, cad yellow, and there was yellow ochre, quinacridone, magenta, ultramarine blue, plus white. I didn't have any earth colors, but you're still able to make earth colors by using your reds and your yellow and adding a little bit of blue. Will make you like a greenish brown color. And also by using complement colors together, you can make your grays and your browns as well. So for the grass, as you saw, I laid in just a massive variation of colors. And then if I wanted to darken the color of the grass, all I had to do was just by adding yellow and blue and adding a little bit of red to it to darken the grass. And if I wanted more on the cool side, just yellow and a little bit more blue, and then just as well add some white to make it more on the cooler side. So that's basically the gist of it. So now we're just going to go, I'm going to add like a little path here of ground that you can see. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know if I want to add a little bit of Royal Point Sienna back here or not, or just leave it as is, because basically it was just to show you guys how to paint an old house and how to do grasses without, with a limited palette. You could achieve a nice painting still, despite all. So let me continue now with the grass. Some parts of it I want to lighten up even more, because as you can see, this was lighter earlier, and with the acrylics everything just turns darker, so you have to go like a shade lighter. And I'm just gonna basically, I'm just glazing over just to make like this little sunny patch. So I think I'm going to add a little tree branch here with maybe some hanging moss. purple. I think I'm going to call it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So you just saw the possibilities of what you could do with just 4 colors, and trying to keep up with that Florida feel. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me write them in the comments, and I'll try to answer back to you promptly. Again, I was using Golden Fluid Acrylics on a 9x12 canvas, not canvas, but wood, birch wood. Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And that's awesome, and I'll continue doing these videos for you. Have a good day.